Yo Moonies, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, an amazing website filled with actual pros in their field who won't indoctrinate your kids in the commies, and even give them real professions. If you're a high school graduate, Skillshare can provide the education without you getting raped as a female, or getting falsely accused of rape if you're male. And you won't get raped by chewy loan sharks. Remember the phrase, low membership a day keeps the student loans away. Join Skillshare, then get married, but not to the banks. To all of our fans, we like to present Raid Saddle Legends. Join us in this tale of a generic fantasy with assets taken from Terra and WoW. Raid offers us an enriching story, which is... I don't fucking know. Buy their shit. I'm trying to get paid, nigga. Well, anyway, avoid those Japanese gacha games. They result in gambling addictions. Trust us, Goyim. Raid is a completely legit game. We don't have microtransactions or stolen character designs. Hell, we're even joining a random esports athlete. So bring out those cards! Buy more gems! Buy more champions! Buy! Give us your secos! Goddamn. What happened to me? Was I possessed? That's the last time I ever sponsor anything from Israel. Sweet. Oh boy. Clouded Leopard Entertainment. Cattle Cower Games. A little robot. Hello Moonies. It's Moonliightchan, and we're gonna play the layer demo. I know the game came out recently, but oh boy, is the volume too loud? Anyway, I'll be showcasing the layer demo, and we're gonna have some fun. I mean, this game looks really interesting. It's a mecha strategy RPG, and I gotta admit, I don't play that much mecha games, but I really want to give this one a try. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the physical version of this game will come out in May, and as of now, the digital version is out. But, oh well. Hold on a minute. There. Just thought I'd do a little bit of a change. Hehe. Let's see, options. Now, not to spoil myself, but I did see a little bit of the cutscenes. Just random ones from an out of context scenario, and well, let's just say I want to see the voice acting for myself. Let's see. I'll go with normal. Oh, and in terms of strategy RPGs, I played a little bit of Final Fantasy Tactics, and I like that too, even though I'm kind of bad at that game. Oh well. This game uses autosave. You want to turn autosave on. Autosave settings can be changed anytime in options. Yeah, sir. Oh yeah. I wanted to live stream this game, but there are complications, so might as well do a recording.
We humans have coexisted with the stars for many thousands of years.
Yeah.
Stars represent life and death. They preside over the cycles of the universe and give birth to the elements of life. People have looked to the night skies with awe and wonder from time immemorial. But they stopped these same relayers, those who seek the inevitable end of the universe according to its laws, and the star children who resist them. This is their story.
Okay. Oh. 2049, Earth, Japan, Hoshinomiya City. Well, according to my weeb speak, I know Hoshi means stars, but... Alright, next.
Help me! I'll fall into the sky!
Okay, what's happening? Some sort of threat?
It's okay. I promise I won't let you fall. Be strong, Luna.
Oh jeez. This is just like Crystar's opening cutscene. And maybe I'll do a playthrough on that game in the future.
Don't let go. I'll fall. I don't want to die, please. Please, whatever you do, don't let go.
No. I mean... No, Mirai. No, Mirai, don't fall. This is just like Crystar, but whatever.
I have you. I promise I won't let you fall. I promise I won't let go of your hand. Please, Luna, be strong.
Alright. Get on with the anime melodramatics.
What? No, sis.
Aren't you supposed to scream, Luna?
No! 2049. A portion of the Earth loses gravity, causing grave destruction. People, vehicles, and shattered buildings suddenly fell upward into space. It was a disaster unparalleled in all of human history.
Alright, wait a minute. How can a portion of Earth lose its gravity? I mean, technically, when the whole planet would have to lose its gravity, they're treating the gravity like it's the ozone layer, like it just has this one giant hole and a part of the Earth was affected by it, but I'm no expert, but come on. I smell some BS here, but whatever.
The city was destroyed in this tragic event. Many lives were lost. The disaster came to be known as the Gravity Loss Event. The Gravity Technology Development Organization, known as GT Labs, determined that relayers were responsible.
Okay, so what are relayers?
However, mankind lacked the tools to fight back. That truth was sure to send the people of Earth into a panic. The United Earth government in Japan made the decision to conceal the true nature of the catastrophe, instead calling it a meteor strike.
Really? Really, Neba? Like... Okay, first of all, they can't conceal the event when there are so many witnesses out in the public. And second of all, I guess according to the story, just fuck the UN. I like how in some animes and maybe some JRPGs, America and Japan are the only countries that are important. Just fuck the UN. Yeah, sure, a meteor strike can just cause people to fall into space. Sure. Do they really expect to fool the people? In all honesty, I do agree with the notion of fuck the UN, so I kind of like where the story is going. Pretty based. Really? Oh. I think I might have made a mistake by bringing up America, but whatever.
Meanwhile, in order to protect Earth from the impending threat, GT Labs, under the leadership of humanity's first star child, Himiko.
Ooh, Himiko? Now I know that's named after a Japanese goddess, but I'm no expert. So what did these star childs do?
Began to accelerate development of anti-relayer weaponry known as stellar gear, as well as the identification of other star children in possession of the will of the stars.
And all these star children are gonna be in Japan, right?
2051. Our story, the story of the star children, begins on the lunar surface, in a colony known as Artemis.
Chapter 1, Relayer. Awakening. Ah, my voice. Okay, next. Solar Standard Time, December 24th, 2051. Oh, Christmas Eve. Moon Colony Artemis. Oh, nice name. Residential area, Celine Hotel. So many references to the moon. Just like me.
Luna!
Oh. Hey Ray, I mean Tara. If you play Crystar, you know what I mean.
I had that dream again. It's 2 years to the day. No wonder, I guess.
Oh, so that incident occurred December 26, 2049. Oh, whatever.
It's been 2 years since I lost Luna. And my memory.
Ah, boy. If you're amnesiac, then how come you remember the events? Jeez. Check your writing, anime writers.
I've been living an aimless existence ever since. Somehow, I ended up on the lunar colony, Artemis.
Really? A teenage Japanese girl that's homeless just manages to make it safe, and ends up on a lunar colony. Sir.
Good morning, Master Terra. You appear distressed. Was it the usual dream?
Oh, what a cute little robot. Hey, Yotaka.
Good morning, Yotaka. Guess you didn't think to shake me out of it.
I do apologize. You woke up of your own accord before I was able to make a decision.
I thought that I had let go and moved on, but I guess it's not that easy.
You told me you lost most of your memory due to the shock of losing your little sister in the disaster 2 years ago. Which is perfectly understandable. One does not simply move on from that. I suggest you grieve for as long as you need to.
Really? You lost your relative and then gained amnesia? Come on. Come on. Damn. We need better writing standards for JRPGs. For any game for that matter. So come on, gamers. Rise up. Ooh, what's with the little camera on her?
Where are you going, Master Terra?
To take a shower. I'm all covered in sweat thanks to that dream.
As you please. However, checkout is in 10 minutes. Are you sure you have adequate time?
What? I ask once again, why is it you didn't wake me up?
Last night upon retiring, you stated, "I'm tired, so please don't wake me up in the morning." In addition, I occasionally enjoy seeing you flustered, Master Terra. I find that it greatly stimulates my intellect.
Oh. Oh, Yotaka has a sharp tongue.
Stimulates your intellect? I should put you in a junkyard.
Damn, fix that typo. Come on, translators. Come on, do a better job.
Well, where should we go next?
Pardon me for being presumptuous, but I assume this journey to be part of your grieving process. Accordingly, I recommend Mars.
Don't be so quick to assume. Wait, why Mars?
Come on, Terra. You get to meet Orga and Mikazuki.
Nearly everywhere we have been to date has been a place that you mentioned your sister wanted to visit.
Really? Really, Neba? Really? Come on. So you lost your memory, but you remember which places your sister wanted to go? Cease.
Mars is also on that list, hence the recommendation. Furthermore, non-terrestrial environments greatly stimulate my intellect.
A quote from a certain someone. Where the fuck are your parents? Damn.
I guess. We're already on the moon. Might as well see some out-of-the-way places while we're here.
Incidentally, how do you intend to travel to Mars?
The same way we got here. On that thing.
Pardon me for being direct, but are you a complete fool?
What?
80 million kilometers currently separate Earth from Mars. Even making use of the Hohmann transfer orbit, it would take us 8 months.
I guess it's farther than I thought.
Didn't it take like 2 to 3 years for that rover satellite to make it to Mars from Earth?
Oh, Master Terra, your navigational ineptitude would surely see us lost and adrift among the stars, not to mention filthy.
Wow. No need to be so harsh.
Random robot shot with a sleeping anime girl with Sailor Moon hair.
Die, humans.
This voice acting.
What is the matter, Master Terra?
That light. No way. It can't be. Oh, God. If you really do exist out there, please. I beg you. Please let everything from here on out just be a dream.
Nope, you can't. You're anime protagonist, Terra, so go out and fight.
Then open your eyes.
Oh.
What the? It's just like that day. The city. The people. They're falling into the sky. Why is this happening again? Wait. Yodaka? Are you alright?
Wait, the robot has Yoda in his name? Damn.
No need to worry about me. I'm more relieved to see you in one piece.
Thank goodness. I'm so glad you're okay.
You flatter me, Master.
But I really am glad. I was so scared I lost someone else to this disaster again. I'm sick of losing people I care about.
You say, again. Please expound upon that.
My sister. I lost Luna in a disaster. Just like this.
Everything burning. Wreckage. People. Everything falling into the sky. It's hard to believe such a thing is even possible.
Okay, when are you gonna start running? At least run away.
What the hell is going on? What are we feeling up here?
Jeez, can you speak up? Speak up, Terra. Can you speak up again?
Do you really want to know?
Who are you?
Does this game have my mic settings?
Himiko.
Okay, hey Himiko. Where's Rise?
Himiko?
Star Child. The first star. Himiko. That's my name.
Himiko, your voice isn't bad, but you're supposed to sound stern, but you sound depressed. Whatever.
I've come to find you, Terra. If you want to seek the truth, then I need your power as the Star Child of Earth.
What? How do you know?
2051. I met Himiko in a land devoid of gravity.
Damn it! What the hell is going on? What's this column of light rising from that colony?
Hey, Edward, Eric.
Strange. Comms with both the base and GT labs are unstable. It's a little odd for cosmic ray interference to...
Ah! Multiple heat signals incoming!
What the? Purple Max!
What's happening? Are we under attack?
Alright, Quasar. What is its affiliation? Control room! We're being engaged! Numerous unidentified quasars are attacking us!
Oh boy. Alright, calm down, Tamaki.
Damn! Comms are out! Did they take out the control room?
Guess they still want to live.
You do not sound like a teenager, or whatever.
We'll handle this. No. Leave this to me. You take the research lab. Understood.
Answer me! Who are you with? Who the hell are you?
I'm a star child.
A star child?
I'm the star child of the moon. Bringer of death to humanity.
So edgy. So edgy.
A dark gear? No way. What is that doing here?
Dark gear. So that's what this is called.
I'm relieved to see you in one piece, First Star.
Oh, hey, Dottore. Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm sorry not to see you in pieces, masked man.
Just to confirm, is that girl the one you've been looking for?
Wait, that voice sounds familiar. Let's hear it again.
Just to confirm, is that girl the one you've been looking for?
Is that Kaya? Oh, snap.
That's right. She's the star child who possesses the will of Earth. Terra.
So you're the one. I suppose this must be fate.
Himiko, do you know this guy in a mask?
Why the font size? What's up with the font?
Unfortunately, he's a monitor sent from the United Earth government. And a total bummer.
They call me Observer. I've been sent by the United Earth government to observe the GT Lab's experimental supergravity vessel. I sustained a terrible wound to my face long ago. Ever since, I've worn a mask so as not to upset people.
Why not just wear some makeup? That just makes you stand out even more.
Hey! This is no time for leisurely introductions. Those are relayers, aren't they?
Alright, get in the robot, Terra.
Looks that way. Relayers are the only ones in the whole universe who can cause gravity loss. What's your star saying?
My star is saying they're relayers too.
Then it must so.
What's a relayer?
They're our... No. They're everyone's enemy.
Everyone's enemy?
Relayers are disciples of dark energy who hold the fate of the universe in their hands.
Exposition, exposition, rush it out as they please. Oh boy. And they're just exposing this during the middle of a crisis. I mean, aren't buildings falling down in the scene and people are dying?
They have one goal: to extinguish all life by accelerating the expansion of the universe.
Well, that's pointless. I mean, if you kill all life, then what's the point of expanding the universe?
They're the ones who hit Artemis with the gravity loss disaster a month ago.
What?
I believe you witnessed it firsthand. Gravity vanishes seemingly without explanation, and everything is sucked into the void.
Yes, I did. People, buildings, everything was ripped apart. Like a scene from a nightmare.
Alright. In the robot, Tara.
Maybe that's why. It's not so hard for me to believe relayers exist.
And that's why the stars willed us star children into existence. We're the only ones who can stop their plan and save the universe.
What's so special about Star Children? I mean, other than piloting the relayers.
Maybe you haven't noticed yet that there's a star, the will of the Earth, deep inside your heart.
The Earth's will is inside my heart?
Observer, I'll leave Terra to you. There's no way a military quasar can handle relayers. I'll head out in the stellar gear.
That's right. Your stellar gear is here in this lab. But do you think you'll be safe out there?
Can you imagine if, in real life, the military just lets random teenagers pilot robots? Giant robots? Jeez, we'd be fucked with a capital F.
Of course. If nothing else, I've got sheer luck on my side. Star children are meant to fight relayers. I'm here to give them a galaxy-sized beatdown.
Oh boy.
But still,
Besides, they don't call me the first star because I run and hide when relayers come around.
I've been to so many countries and various places. And it's true everywhere that no life is easily saved. If you would, Udaka.
A question, if I may. What prompted you to make this decision?
If I sat around and did nothing, when I had the ability to help, I'd never forgive myself. I'm tired of having regrets. I've been through 2 of these awful gravity loss events now. Don't ever want one to happen again. That's all.
I find it difficult to understand willingly exposing oneself to danger. Yet I wouldn't expect any less from you.
Wow, she's so much more convincing than Shinji.
Hey, you two.
What you talking? We're here.
Is that Astoria?
There's something off about these CG images of the relayers. It's like I'm looking at a gunpla. I mean, jeez. Is this company good with CG or something?
I thought it fell and burned up in the atmosphere after fighting a dark gear 2 years ago. So it survived its crash landing and been in her hands the whole time. What a stroke of luck.
Sorry for the wait, Master Terra.
No problem, Udaka. That was faster than I expected.
Wait.
So it survived its crash landing and been in her hands the whole time.
What a stroke of luck.
Well, how does he learn how to pilot it? Wait, so if Terra's been using Astoria, how come no one ever noticed? Jeez, so many plot holes.
Fortunately, I was able to establish gravitational relay. I also predicted you might make this decision, so I'd already engaged its autopilot.
How much do you know, Yodaka?
What would I do without you, Yodaka?
Yodaka.
Please, step aboard. This gear has already been spotted by multiple enemies.
I have no idea how well I can fight, but at least I'll buy some time. You can pull something off here, right, Inka?
Of course. They don't call me the first star for nothing.
Alright.
This is my first time fighting in this. Up until now, I've only used it for getting around. Does it even have weapons?
More than enough. Along the way, it's been outfitted with salvaged weapons from destroyed quasars.
Okay.
Okay, I'll act as a decoy. I'm sure I can figure out how to pull a trigger if I have to.
Please don't try to do too much. Dying won't help anyone.
I know that. I swore I'd live on in Luna's memory. I have no intention of dying here.
Alright, here we go, our first battle. Oh. Oh, jeez. Ooh. GT Labo Lunar Plant Area A. Destroy the enemy troops. Defeat conditions, all allies defeated. Select units to deploy, prepare. Stage information, options, retreat. Okay, let's see if I can move back in back of it. I can't. Let's see. Can I move here? In the unit info prepare screen, you can do the following. Change jobs, change passive skills, view active skills, equip weapon, sealed, armor, custom chip. You can view the effects of skills and equipment on your stats to the right. Okay. Units have the following stats, level, EXP varies depending on the difference in level between you and your enemy. HP, max are capacitate when you reach 0. SP, skills require SP to use. Alright. Let's see. Got nothing. Okay, from the looks of it, we're fighting a melee enemy and a ranged one. Alright. Oh jeez guys, I'm sorry.
Master Terra, please allow me to handle the controls and status monitoring.
Alright, thanks Odaka.
Wow. You can do all that?
I excel at it, in fact. Before you salvaged me from the scrapyard, I was a space probe AI.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Why didn't you ever tell me?
You never saw fit to ask me.
You can be sure we'll have a nice long talk once this battle's over.
Understood. I'll do my best to ensure we survive to have that talk.
Initiative order. Each battle turn starts with the unit that has the highest agility. The character icons at the top right of the screen represent the initiative order, with the currently active character at the far left. These icons indicate the 8 characters who will act prior to the next turn. An orange line indicates the end of the current turn and the start of the next. Command menu. When it's the player's initiative, first select where you will move your unit. By pressing X button on any blue square, you will move your unit to it, and the command menu will be displayed. Alright, sweet.
Let's get rolling, Odaka. It's time to move out.
Oh jeez. Saddle Soldier.
So this is the enemy. A really layered dark gear. Wonder if I can handle it.
Let us proceed, Master. If the way ahead is too dark, allow me to light your path.
No dice! Don't raise me!
When 2 units with weapons of the same range fight, counterattacks are automatic. In order to avoid such retaliations, one of the keys to combat is targeting enemy units with different weapon ranges. Example, an ally unit with a 2-handed sword, range 1 square, attacks an enemy unit armed with a sword, range 1 square. Attacks caused by an attack skill are considered attacks. When using skills with effects such as weapon range +1, adjusted range is used. Alright. The base range of each weapon is as follows. Swords, twin swords equals 1 square. Machine guns equals 2 squares. Rifles equals 3 squares. Bits, 4 squares.
Not yet.
Don't raise me!
Alright.
Cut me.
Way to go, Terra. 150 SG.
Who wants to die?
Okay.
Looks like this one is different. From a dark gear.
It appears to be an ordinary quasar. However, as it's a command gear, we'd best be careful.
This is one of those fancy new GT Labs quasars. Well, let's see what their new toy is made of.
Uh-oh. Watch out, Terra.
Still like your Astoria. Ready to blaze trails.
Who wants to die?
No, I didn't mean to.
Got you!
Oh no.
The gear won't hold up at this rate.
Self-heal. Alpha. Heal yourself, Terra.
Commencing repairs.
Okay.
I'll teach them a lesson. I'll kill you myself.
The gear won't hold up at this rate.
Aw, man. Alright, Tara. Way to go.
Who wants to die? I've got good range.
Oh, boy. Come on, Tara.
Critical!
Aw, man.
Sorry, but I have to pull back.
Aw, jeez. God, that was stupid of me. Oh, jeez. Okay, can I restart now? Alright. I'm sorry for the DSP gameplay. I'm kinda new to strategy games.
Master Terra, please allow me to handle the control.
Wow.
I accept. Why you never saw you can under.
I won't allow anyone to stand in our way. So this is the enemy.
Let us.
Here we go.
Hit me.
This is nothing. Leveled up.
Oh, sweet.
Go down.
Upraise me.
Yay.
Cut me.
Who wants to die?
Looks like this one is different. From a dark gear.
It appears to be an ordinary quasar. However, as it's a command gear, we'd best be careful.
This is one of the... Got you!
I won't allow anyone to stand in our way.
Okay, Tara, heal
Patching you
yourself.
Who wants to die? Die!
I'm still good. Let's get rolling, Yodaka. It's time to move out. Rotate!
I'll teach them a lesson. Out of my way!
Battle of attrition. Watch out, Tara.
I'm still good. The gear won't hold up at this rate. Commencing repairs.
Who wants to die? Eat this!
get rolling, Adaka. It's time to move out.
I can't use it? Fudge.
Clear the way!
Oh, way to go.
Still have so much further to go. I've leveled up.
Woohoo.
How could this happen?
Oops. Did I do that? Guess some of these GT Labs guys know what they're doing.
What is this voice acting?
What is the matter, Master Terra?
I recognize my own little sister anywhere. It's you. Isn't it, Luna?
Alright. Alright, Luna. You're gonna... you're gonna do your anime monologue or something?
No way. Is that my sister piloting that gear? What are the odds?
I'm so glad you're alive. But why are you in that?
What's that? You've got a lot of nerve. You're the one who let me go. And why are you talking like a creep? Come on, sis. Don't you think it's a bad idea to open your cockpit in the middle of a fight?
Uh-oh. She's packing heat. Run.
Oh no, please. Why are you doing this?
Like you don't know. As if you had nothing to do with it. But if you have to know, I guess you could say I'm a bad star child. That's what I said. See you later, sis. There. Guess that didn't finish the job.
Are you all right, Master Terra?
Did she suit or not?
Thanks for saving me, but I'm not even sure if I wanted you to close the hatch like that.
Your safety is my primary concern. As the enemy pilot said, exposing yourself in a fight like that is exceedingly dangerous.
See you some other time, sis.
Wait, Luna! Please don't go! Reinforcements? There's no way I can handle all of them.
Oh boy. Himiko, can you help us?
Sorry for the holdup, Terra. First star Himiko to the rescue. Watch and learn.
Where were you? Jeez.
Sorry to ask so much, but we still need your help. At least you'll get a front row seat to see me in action.
Roger that. I can't stop thinking about Luna. But I need to focus on these enemies.
Alright, here we go.
I won't allow anyone to stand in our way.
Let's see. Oh boy. One melee and one range, I believe. I need to heal myself. Reverse cam directions kind of annoy me. Alright. Stay here and...
Patching you up.
Let's do it!
Alright, Himiko. You'll protect Terra for the time being.
Let's get rolling, Yodaka. It's time to move out.
Okay, Terra. You defend yourself too?
I'll do what I can to protect the universe.
Damn. Okay, defend.
Operation. Hell's
Oh no.
Taking. I'm with you.
Let's get rolling, Yodaka. It's time to move out.
Damn.
Patching you up.
I'll do what I can to protect the universe.
Okay, attack the saddle soldier.
It's go time.
Have I been hit?
commencing operation. Patching up.
Oh no.
Taking action. I'll provide support.
Turn 9.
Let's get rolling, Yodaka. It's time to move out.
Oh, I like the fact we can redo our placement. Nice.
No dice. We must continue on.
Oh, sweet. Level up.
We're getting stronger.
Ooh.
How could I lose?
Bye bye. 150 SG. Go Himiko! Dang.
Impossible. No nearby enemy readings. It looks as though we made it through.
Great work, Yodaka. You too, Himiko.
First, allow me to thank you. We were able to keep damage to a minimum thanks to your help. I'm still shocked the relayers would target GT Labs directly. But why the Moonlight and not the HQ lab?
Who knows?
Himiko? There's something I'd like to tell you.
Okay. Alright.
What? The sister you thought was dead is in cahoots with the relayers?
We barely spoke, but there's no mistake. It was my sister.
What a coincidence.
A human helping relayers. I just don't get it. You're sure she called herself a star child?
Oh boy, sorry about that. So what's the difference between humans and a star child?
Yes.
I mean humans and relayers.
She said she was a bad star child.
Do you have any idea where she went?
Yeah, she headed for that building over.
Oh no. They're going after the original one. Now I know why they specifically chose to attack this base. I'm sorry, Terra, but I have to go after her.
I'll go with you. Yuraka, please ready our gears.
Yes, Master Terra. Please be careful.
Alright, here we go. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I didn't realize such a place existed beneath the lab. It was nice of you to lead the way.
Oh boy. Top 10 anime betrayals. Jeez, already in the first act.
So this is it.
Maybe it's just me, but it's like the robots look like they're from an early 2000s CG movie. Like, what? Well, to be fair, the only robot-themed games I've played are Xenosaga, as you've seen on my YouTube channel, and right now I'm playing Xenogears on my PS Vita.
I hope it's to your liking.
A hidden gear stored in a hangar that doesn't officially exist. This must definitely be the original one.
Correct. This is the crown jewel of ancient knowledge humans discovered in Antarctica. A relic of a civilization wiped out over 100 million years ago. And only those who can sense and manipulate GY particles can operate it. Which of course limits its use to star children.
Yeah, I know. That's why you need me, right?
Oh, I see.
Are you sure about this? Aren't you with the United Earth government?
It's a key, you see. This key's purpose is to open a certain cage, which is why it's best I entrust it to you.
With this, the God Relayer can...
Take the key and go, beloved child of the moon.
Oh boy. Jeez.
Good. The original one's okay.
Oh boy, this story is moving so quickly. I mean, we have the Longlocks, the anime twins. Sister turns out to be a villain, and now we have the commander betraying us.
So this red gear is the original one.
Oh, you got here sooner than I expected.
Observer? What are you doing here? Actually, forget about that for now. Was someone else in here?
Did you see a girl, slightly younger than me, with pigtails?
As a matter of fact, I did. She's right over there.
Oh jeez.
What?
Kaya, what did you do?
The girl you described. Sounds a lot like me.
I know people call the dub pretty awkward sounding, but it reminds me of, you know, the awkward dubs in 90s videos games.
Let's go, original one. We're too good for this damp old dungeon.
The original one is moving.
Rejoice. After 100 million years, the key has been released from its eternal slumber.
You mean to tell me you just let her walk in and climb into the original one?
Oh no, who's seen this coming?
All to open the cage. The cycles of the universe must repeat themselves.
And we must have her join up with Adam and Lilith and whatever.
Go forth and conquer primordial stellar gear. To the stars and beyond.
Yes, commit third impact or whatever.
Luna! Please get out of there! Luna!
Ah, boy.
Not good. She's about to get away with my original one.
Himiko, let's hurry outside. Yudaka should be able to slow her down.
That's my sister's gear.
Dilemma. It appears as though this is the original one. In which case, I have but one option.
Yudaka can pilot a gear?
Simple maneuvering might be more accurate. You might want to get in your gear too. We won't be able to hold her for long.
I'm on it.
The genuine and the forgery. Sister and sister. Earth and moon. What fortune to witness such drama.
I'm here, Yudaka.
Glad to see you're safe, Master Terra. Was your sister piloting that gear?
Yes. I'm not sure why, but it looks like she was after that red gear all along.
Okay. But pretentious speech aside, wouldn't the observer be charged with mutiny against the whole planet? He's gonna be sent to jail. And no, I won't repeat Matsua, if you know what that means.
Well, that was quite a bold entrance for a thief.
We have to stop her. I don't quite understand why myself. Something just tells me we can't let her succeed. But what can I do?
You can stop her.
Not to worry. Did you forget that you have the first star here? Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Alright.
This smell.
Oh.
No mistaking it. It's been so long since I've smelled starlight.
Okay, weirdo.
Looks like that red gear has a collaborator in it.
That's right, Walker. I stole off with the original one. No problem. Does your presence here mean you finished your meal?
I devoured every quasar here, but I'm still starving. Such tiny morsels could never satisfy my hunger.
Well, don't presume you can have mine. Do I want the white one? The blue one? Doesn't really matter. The light-colored one is mine. No one else can have it.
Unacceptable. Our mission is to procure that gear. Dark Knight has instructed us to return as soon as we do so.
No. I'm going to kill that one. That's the whole reason I've held on this long.
I repeat, our mission is to take that gear intact. You will face the wrath of Dark Knight if you do not obey us. The key is not the only way to open the cage.
Uh-oh. The Joker's gonna get you, Lunar.
Fine then.
We won't let her get away. Let's go, Terra.
Got it.
I don't think so. I intend to eat you, stars.
Ah, back off, Sailor Moon. Alright, yeah, we'll see. Thank you. Ew, I can hide behind those rocks if I wanted to. Ugh. GT Lab, Lunar Plant Area B. Destroy the enemy troops? Alright. Huh, let's see. Aggro is a stat that indicates how likely a unit is to be attacked by an enemy. The higher the number, the more likely the unit is to be attacked. Enemies primarily take aggro into account with HP as a minor secondary condition when attacking, but it's possible to use aggro tactically to get multiple enemies to focus their attack on one tank, for example. Okay.
A question for you. Why do you resist your annihilation?
Why? Wouldn't anyone resist getting killed?
When we destroy this three-dimensional universe, we will elevate it, and you, to a higher plane. And it will be the sweet nectar that satisfies my insatiable hunger. At long last, I will continue to consume the light of countless stars, until my hunger is satisfied.
Consume starlight? Are you not a big fan of stars? Why would anyone destroy such beauty?
Oh boy. Save the talk for later.
I cannot comprehend. To us, they're nothing more than a byproduct of nuclear fusion. Our value systems fundamentally differ.
Assault and Sniper Mechs. All mechs come in the following types: Assault, Terrasgear, Astoria, Frontline Fighters, armed with a two-handed sword for close combat. Sniper, Himiko's gear, 10mm. Midfield Fighters armed with rifles for range combat. Sniper attacks can occasionally cause overkill, which is a one-hit kill regardless of remaining HP. Oh, sweet! The other two mech types, Tank and Scout, will be covered in a later battle.
I won't allow anyone to stand in our way.
Alright, see. Alright, you attack Lunar for massive damage. Alright, not bad, Terra.
Let's do it.
Alright, Himiko, you also attack Lunar.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
A direct hit
Sweet.
on me? Ugh, I can't believe you got me.
Alright, in 2 turns. Sweet. Well, 1 turn.
Be careful, Master Terra. This one is not like the others.
If she's driving the wedge between Luna and I just can't run away.
Ooh, he dodged
I won't
her.
allow anyone to stand in our way.
Ooh, oh, I gained a level. Sweet.
Stronger.
The first star is ready to shine.
Alright, Himiko, finish her off.
The stars team with No! This gear's about as useful as scrap metal in my hands.
Collaborator retreat confirmed. Mission successfully completed. Withdrawing.
Sweet. Oh, and I noticed Genshin Impact's finished. Downloading.
Sorry. I must retreat.
150 SG. Alright. Sweet.
That was close. I thought we were gonna die.
Enemy withdrawal confirmed. 0 enemy forces in or around the facility.
We made it through.
You must be tired. Perhaps a reprieve is in order?
No. We need to follow Luna. Or at least... I wish we could. I'm not sure how we can now.
Just rest a while, Terra.
Considerable time has elapsed since the original one withdrew. Additionally, dashing off into space recklessly is a good way to get lost.
Don't worry, you'll two fight in like the game's climax. I can already predict the tropes.
Even if we were to overtake her, a confrontation with relayer forces seems inevitable to me.
You're right. That much is obvious. Even to me.
Then, let's work together. Looks like our goals are aligned anyway. I think it's a good idea.
Master Terra, taking her up on this proposal may prove to make the most sense. To extrapolate, even aside from transportation, you will require infrastructure for gear repair and resupply, as well as your own personal provisions. The GravTech development group GT Labs, established by the United Earth government, could provide all of that.
Yeah. You can't do this alone, Terra, so come on in.
Yes, I agree with you. But even so, how are we supposed to go after Luna?
I thought you'd never ask.
Alright, time to join Nerve. Let's go.
We'll use our ship. The experimental supergravity vessel Asterism, of course.
It's huge. So that's the Asterism.
Are you all right? You appear ill.
Yes. I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Sea collapsed.
Am I really the only surviving member of my unit? Max, Jessica, Ahmad, Sonia. Damn it. Who in the hell are they?
Little Prince.
Answer me! Who are you with? Who the hell are you? Answer me! Who are you with? Who the hell are you?
Jeez. The line and the dialogue do not match.
I'm a star child.
A star child?
I'm the star child of the moon. Bringer of death to humanity.
Star child. Right. That pilot mentioned something about that. I still don't get it. What the hell is a star child?
What a surprise to see a survivor amid such destruction.
Who the hell are you?
What? What? What just happened? Did they switch places?
It can't be him. I see. This too must have been foretold by the stars.
Kaya, stop being so cryptic.
O Keeper of Destiny, you truly are too kind to me.
What are you babbling about, moron?
Question. What is it you desire from the Star Children?
Revenge, of course. They just slaughtered all of my men in cold blood.
Oh no. Alright, Char, just calm down.
Revenge, is it? Not a bad reason to turn to the dark side.
Unlimited power! Alright. We're gonna go that route? So, will you join the Sith?
Hey, wait a minute. Do you know what the Star Children are?
Quite well, in fact. Perhaps better than anyone.
Then tell me.
Follow me. I can tell you all you wish to know, and more.
Ooh, pretty backgrounds.
Where are we?
Ooh, I kinda want this as a wallpaper.
Pray, open your eyes before all comes to naught.
Is that me?
You must not fight. The original one will only bring you all sorrow.
Luna? Is that you?
The original one leads the way to zero. It is its sole guide.
Oh boy.
The original one is a tool of destruction. It brings misfortune to all around it.
Oh boy.
Make the choice. Everything hinges on your decision.
Make a choice, Terra. Choose your destiny.
Experimental Supergravity Vessel Aster, private quarters.
Good morning, Master Terra. How are you feeling?
I must have passed out. What happened to Luna? How long was I out for?
Approximately 1 hour. 1 hour and 7 minutes, to be precise. Now 8 minutes.
Good. It hasn't been that long then.
Alright.
Where are we? Is this a hotel or something?
I thought you'd never ask. We're aboard GT Lab's state-of-the-art experimental supergravity vessel Asterism. You passed out, so we brought you on board. How do you feel?
Sorry for all the hassle. I'm no worse for wear.
Good to hear. Can you walk? I want you to meet the captain. Think you're up for it?
Experimental supergravity vessel Asterism. Director of Maintenance Genjiro Akeboshi. Oh.
I didn't expect the Astoria to come back looking like this. Well, how's it holding up?
All I can say is that it's a miracle it could even move. Can't believe it made all the way here like this.
We'll be engaging the relayers soon. Provisional repairs we'll have to do. Are you up for it?
Of course. It's a real treat as an kid to mess around with this baby.
Oh boy. Come on, localizers, fix your dialogue. A real.
When did you get to be so cheeky?
Gravity Technology Development Organization GT Labs, Director of Defense Isaac. Well, not just say DoD Isaac, whatever. Experimental Supergravity Vessel Asterism Captain Belnix G. Gillian. Jeez.
We are aware of the hijacking of the original one, and have reviewed footage of the fight with the Dark Gear. Accordingly, the Asterism will be tasked with the recovery of the original one.
Surely you don't expect me just to go along with that. GT Labs only gave us 3 directives. The first was to test fly the Asterism. The second, to search for Star Children. And the third, to train pilots.
We can properly revise the contract later.
I think you know that's not the point, Isaac. Dressing it up as a recovery mission makes it sound easy. But the truth is, we'd be fighting relayers. We know next to nothing about them. Including the Astoria, we only have 2 gears. But the main issue is that our pilots are inexperienced.
Jeez. And that's what happens when you hire teenagers to pilot your military weapons.
We're simply not ready. Do you really expect us to fight them in this state?
We completely understand. But as relayers have started appearing within Earth's atmosphere, we really have no other options. Besides, we can't afford to lose the original one yet. You understand that, don't you, Gillian?
I do. I'll be expecting a huge bonus for this, though. And that's just for starters.
We'll do whatever we can to help. I'm counting on you, Gillian.
You heard the man, Medea. We'll be getting a bonus.
I thought you were just whining for a second there. But you handled the negotiations well, Captain.
Medea Caduceus? Caduceus? Oh, speaking of which, I kinda wanna play that, it was that, surgeon game made by Atlas. It had the word Caduceus in it. Damn.
Sorry for the holdup, you two.
On a DS emulator, or Wii emulator, whatever.
You talk too much, Captain. And I can't even believe how greedy you are. Look, even Terra is shocked.
You know, Captain.
Terra, was it? Welcome aboard the Asterism. I'm the captain of this ship, Belnix G. Gillian. And that over there is...
Radio Officer Medea Caduceus. Nice to meet you, Terra.
Experimental Asterium Radio Officer Medea Caduceus.
I'm Terra. And
This is my assist bot, Yodaka.
Per Master Terra's introduction, I am called Yodaka. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, how cute! Who makes this kind of assist bot? I've never seen one that talks so well.
Ah, so you're the new star child Himiko found. Everyone's been talking about you. My name's Pluto. As you might guess, I'm the star child of Pluto.
Wait a minute. Wait, I know that voice. It's Ether. Huh. Vessel Asterium Administrator Pluto.
I take care of whatever those two don't. Controls, steering, sensors, electronic warfare.
So what are you, an AI?
Come to think of it, I'm kind of the battery and brains of this ship.
You're a battery?
You handle nearly everything on this craft yourself? That's incredible.
That about sums it up, Yodaka. It's possible because I'm a bit of a unique star child.
Oh, whatever.
He's not lying. We really do manage this bridge with just 2 crew members.
Jeez.
Now down to business. Tell me about this battle you were in. I want to hear details. So that's why you joined the battle in a stellar gear. I can't believe there's a human collaborator on the relayer side.
Not just that, but it's a star child. The whole reason star children were created was so the will of the stars could fight the relayers. It doesn't even seem possible. But if you actually fought and spoke with her, then it must be.
I'm more shocked about Observer. He just let her walk right in and steal it. Isn't a man supposed to do whatever he can to stop that kind of thing?
Isn't he, betraying, so many treaties, you know? I mean, he's betraying the whole Earth, the whole galaxy, with his very acts. Oh boy.
What happened with him?
I don't know. Hopefully he got crushed under some rubble.
He must be pretty bad if even you hate him so much, Himiko.
Well, it's not so hard to understand how she feels.
Whatever the case may be, he's the monitor the United Earth government assigned to us. I'll put in the missing person report.
So what's going to happen with me?
Charges for unauthorized possession of a top-secret GT Labs stellar gear and acts of war, for starters.
I'm in it now.
Oh boy.
I assure you, I transmitted a report to GT Labs as soon as we discovered it.
Don't worry, we're not a formal military. We won't deal out a harsh punishment. Let me ask you though, what do you want to do?
Well, what do you mean?
If you want to join us and go after the original one, your sister I should say, I'd be fine with that. But there's something I need you to understand. We plan to get out there and take back what belongs to us. We'll be dealing with relayers. We hardly know anything at all about them. I can't guarantee your safety. If you want off this ride, you can disembark when we stop at port. But GT Labs might take serious interest in a star child with access to such top-secret info.
Captain!
It's okay, Himiko.
With all that in mind, let me ask again. What do you want to do?
To be perfectly honest, I'm a bit overwhelmed by everything that's happened today. With my sister. And I want to find Luna. I need to talk to her.
I heard the comm logs. She didn't sound very interested in talking to you.
I'm not even sure what I'd say to her if she were here right now. But if I don't talk to her, I'll never have a chance to try and reach some understanding.
You gotta do it for the plot, Tara.
figure she's worth putting my life on the line for. I won't give up. I can't give up.
Family ties, huh? Guess that's as good a reason as any.
I'm so sorry for speaking out of turn, Terra.
Himiko, I'm leaving her in your care.
I got this. You're okay with this decision, right, Yuraka?
Absolutely. It's your journey. You decide where we go, Master Terra. As I stated previously, the asterism's goal of locating the original one, and your goal of finding Luna, convening thusly, is quite serendipitous. However, please do be mindful of becoming a hindrance to the crew aboard the asterism.
Yeah, it's been years since I've lived around people. But when in Rome, it was the Romans, right?
One more thing.
Yeah?
I fear you may be unaware of this, but you are what is commonly referred to as a dolt.
How?
Oh, what now?
Wow.
The most illustrative example in my recollection is the time you got lost on Mount Osore and subsisted off weeds. You grew extremely ill in turn and slept for 3 days, straight in the elements. There are many such examples of your extreme lack of common sense, and until now, only I have witnessed.
Thank you, Yutaka, for regaling everyone with such an enlightening story.
Gotta do what you gotta do, but... weeds?
Stay away from the Mary Jane. It ain't worth it, Terra.
Mount Asor. A volcano in Japan. That's a sacred spot. Very interesting.
So, Terra's adult, huh? Got any more funny stories about her?
Himiko!
As leader of the Star Children, I need to know everything about those under my care.
How about the time her laundry got swept away in the Tokachi River, and she ran after it half naked?
Oh, I see. So, Terra enjoys streaking.
A clumsy anime girl?
No, I had no other choice. I'm not into that. Yutaka, please, for the love of all that's holy, don't embarrass me anymore.
Sounds like you'll be a fun addition to the team.
Are we in grade school here?
Finished getting to know the rookie?
Yep. Just wrapping up.
Then have her stop by. If you plan on having her pilot, there's someone she should meet.
Gotcha. I'll send her over. Himiko, stay here. I need to talk to you.
Okay.
Wait, before I go, can I just take one picture?
Sure, but why a picture?
Photography is my hobby. Also, it'll help me remember everyone's names and faces.
In that case, take as many as you like. You don't mind, do you, Captain?
Not at all.
Okay, here goes. Say cheese.
Cheese.
So you're the brand new rookie.
I'm Terra. Nice to meet you.
My name's Akaboshi.
I see you there, mechanic girl.
Is there something on my face?
You're the one who repaired this?
Can you guys speak louder? Jeez.
Yes, I guess so.
Where'd you learn?
It's just kind of a hobby.
That's amazing for someone with no training.
Wow. Gramps almost never compliments anyone. Maybe it'll rain tomorrow. Not that he
Can you speak louder? Damn.
You are...
That's right. I wanted to introduce you to her. This is Venus. She takes care of the Astoria and the gears as part of her training. Any questions about your gear, she's your girl. She may not look like it, but she knows her gears. I can vouch for it.
If your name is Venus, that must mean you're a Star Child too?
Yeah, that's right. I possess the will of Venus. But I'm not a pilot. I'm a mechanic.
Maintenance Venus.
Don't hesitate to let me know if I can help you with anything, okay?
Thank you. Likewise. Oh, that's right. Is it okay if I take your picture?
A picture? Sure, I guess that's okay. Why?
I just want to try and remember everyone's names and faces. I just took a picture of the captain and Medea, too.
Oh boy.
You're a real go-getter. Alright then, let's get one with Gramps, too. Scoot over this way, Grandpa.
Why do I need to be in the picture?
We haven't taken a picture together in years. Come on, it'll be fun.
Oh, all right.
Alright.
Okay, here goes. Say cheese.
Cheese.
Peace.
Thank you so much. I'll bring you a copy later.
Sure, it's the least I can do for you. Oh, hey, would you mind taking another one?
Sure, of course.
Okay, everyone, break time! Come over here!
Hey, the little lady's calling us. Everyone, take 5. You heard the boss.
A group photo. How nice.
Some of us may not be around for much longer. Just wanted to get a picture of all of us together.
How sweet.
So, what did you want to talk to me about?
I'm not actually the one who needs to talk. That would be him.
Hey, Neil. It's been a while. I last saw you on Earth, what, about a month ago?
Hey there. Good to see you, Himiko. You seem to be doing well.
So, what was it you wanted to talk about?
I'm running a background check on Terra, and I've hit a wall. Is there anything you can tell me about her?
Well, what have you found so far?
Name is Terra, surname unknown. She's in her late teens to early 20s.
Since this is an anime game, all characters are 18 plus unless stated otherwise.
She was on Artemis for 7 days, staying at the Celine Hotel, room number 305. Her name isn't in the terminal visitor log, so it must be true that she arrived in a stellar gear from the orbital ring. That's it. If it were you or Venus, I could find your family register, educational history, and even birth weight pretty quickly.
You sound more like a creepy stalker than a background investigator.
Yeah, everyone's always on guard around me. The only person I can really talk to is Isaac. Anyway, I digress. She's a star child, so naturally GT Labs wants to know everything about her. Her sister is the one who stole the original one, so there's doubt as to if we can trust her. Whatever you know is fine, Himiko. Can you share anything with me?
It's not that I don't want to, but I just met her today myself. She mentioned she's a survivor of the gravity loss incident 2 years ago, and that she has almost no memory prior to that. She said she traveled all over Japan and to some other countries.
Anything else?
Nothing you don't already know.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but it's possible she may be a relayer spy.
Sure, there's a lot we don't know about Terra, but there's no way.
No one likes being suspicious, but the United Earth Government and GT Labs aren't going to be okay with this at all. Understand?
I hear you. In that case, I'll vouch for her. Does that work?
No skin off my back. I'll stay suspicious. You stay trusting. Anyway, I need to get going. Let me know if you learn anything else.
Why so pensive, Master Terra?
I was just thinking about Luna.
About how she is a star child, yet has aligned herself with the relayers?
That too. But what I really don't understand is why she hates me so much. That day 2 years ago, I did let go of her hand. It's true. But she has to know I didn't do it on purpose. Why does she hate me so much? Beyond that, it's the relayers who caused the gravity loss event. So why is she on their side?
Oh boy.
Mere speculation, but the answer may lie somewhere within your lost memories. If it's impossible to restore your memory, why don't we try uncovering your past on this journey? Even if you don't find the answers you seek, I suspect that you may at least venture closer to the truth.
My past?
There you are. I've been looking for you.
Hey, Himika. Already finished talking with the captain?
Yeah, it was nothing important. Do you have a minute? I wanted to show you around the ship.
Sure, that sounds great. Do you mind, Yudaka?
Not at all. As you wish, Master Terra.
Nice. Let's do it.
Experimental supergravity vessel Asterian Bridge. Jeez. That was a lot.
As you already know, this is the bridge. We call it the CCC.
CCC?
I would assume it stands for Central Control Center.
That's right. This is where the ship is navigated, and the captain commands the crew. This is also where we do briefings. Keep that in mind. This is the Star Lobby. I can't lie, this is my favorite stargazing spot. Nice, huh?
Yes. It's very beautiful.
There's a drink bar and magazines to read. Feel free to relax here anytime.
The hangar.
What are you doing?
Oh, it's you.
That's an altar. No. Judging by the shape, it's a small shrine.
A shrine aboard a battleship?
They used to keep these on Japanese warships over 100 years ago. Also, this is a cruiser, not a battleship.
Director Akaboshi set it up for good luck.
Okay.
What do you call it?
I don't call it anything. It's just an old shrine I brought aboard from my mother's childhood home. But I guess we ought to give a name to something so sacred.
How about the Asterism Shrine?
Asterism, huh? Sounds a little too Western if you ask me.
Then, how about the Seigun Shrine?
Seigun is the Japanese word for asterism, correct?
Seigun Shrine. Not a bad name.
Seigun Shrine it is, then.
Does this shrine grant us some kind of protection?
Who knows? I'm not sure if gods or blessings even exist, to be honest. But I do know we got youngsters here about to put their lives on the line, fighting these so-called relayers. Gotta do what I can as an adult around here. A little superstition can't hurt.
The private quarters.
And last but not least, here's your room, Tara. Use it however you see fit.
How wonderful. Looks like you'll have a proper place to sleep, Master Terra.
Wow. A soft bed and warm blankets. Are you sure it's okay for me to stay here? For free? Oh, almost forgot. I should take a picture of my very first room.
This room is really nothing special. What kind of life is this girl living?
Speak louder, Himiko. The sick bay?
Is this the sick bay?
Yes, but we don't actually have a doctor.
Oh, jeez.
How unfortunate. I had been hoping to have Master Terra examined by a physician.
Is something wrong with her?
Yes, primarily with her head. She would not engage in such ridiculously abnormal behavior otherwise.
Abnormal? Would you just wipe those memories already?
cafe.
Smells good. This must be the cafeteria.
Everything's so blue. It's kind of annoying.
Yep. Today is curry day. Medea makes it with special spices. We call it asterism curry. You have to try it.
Wow, that sounds great. I just love curry.
How wonderful. Looks like you'll be eating proper meals here.
How spicy do you like your curry?
As spicy as possible.
I'll give you some mild.
What about you?
I like mine fairly mild. I've never been big on spicy food. Oh, and there's not a lot in the kitchen, but you're free to use whatever. I always whip up late-night snacks.
Space Science Library.
Where's the library? Or rather, the Space Science Library.
Welcome to the Space Science Library. I figured you two might show up soon.
Oh, hey Pluto.
This is a storehouse of knowledge. You can find almost anything you'd want to know. Fortunately, you're a star child. You can access information up to security level 5.
What level may I access, Pluto?
We consider you and Terra as one entity, so you can share the same level of clearance.
I am most appreciative of the privilege. Pardon me, Master. I have a request.
The answer is yes.
But I have not yet asked anything.
I already know you plan to live in here.
I suspect there is a great deal of material in here that will greatly stimulate my intellect. Therefore, I may need a great deal of time. May I have permission to act alone, apart from you?
You may. It's safer aboard the ship than it is outside, but head back if any fighting starts.
Of course. You have my warmest thanks, Master Terra.
And that concludes our tour of the asterism.
Oh boy.
You must be tired from all that walking. Want a drink?
Yeah, I can go for some Dr. Pepper right now.
Thank you. Is green tea an option? I like it strong, if possible.
Strong tea. Coming right up. Nothing like an ice-cold cola when you're worn out.
It's got a lovely, subtle flavor.
What do you think of the ship? Think you can find your way around?
I think I can. Maybe. Yodaka always says I've got a horrible sense of direction.
I'm sure you'll be fine. He was saying that on the moon, too. Wait, where is he?
Probably in the library? He loves learning about space and all kinds of new things.
That's rare for an assist bot. Didn't he say he was a space probe AI?
Apparently. I just learned that today, too. He doesn't talk about himself much.
Would you mind telling me more? About your sister, I mean.
About Luna? One of my first memories is our father taking both of us to a place called the House of Stars.
House of Stars? I like that name. Was it on a hill with a great view of the sky or something?
Yes. It was on a gentle hill in the outskirts of Hoshinomiya City, so you could see the stars year-round.
Oh boy.
Nice. It was the opposite for my family. We were in the middle of a city, so we had to lug a telescope way up a mountain.
There were other kids there, but Luna would always stick close to me. Luna gave me this necklace I'm wearing. I've been wearing it so long. It's all beat up. I wanted to save Luna no matter what. But I wanted to save Luna no matter what. But
hello? Some missing dialogue.
I know, it's hard to forgive yourself. You've been living for 2 years full of regret and remorse.
Let's hear that line once again.
I know it's hard to forgive yourself. You've been living for 2 years full of regret and remorse.
Oh boy. What is up with the dubbing standards of anime games recently? Like, why?
Don't let it now on, I'm your family.
What?
You didn't know? Sailors aboard the same ship have called themselves family since time immemorial. I think that applies even on a spaceship. So you don't have to suffer alone. We'll all get through this together. Because we're family. But I guess that is kind of weird to hear from someone you just met.
No, that's not it. I'm very happy to hear it. No one has ever said anything like that to me before. I don't even remember what it's like to have a family.
Oh geez, so she can't remember her parents, but she can remember her sister. Jeez. Can we have a better story with amnesia? I'm just saying.
But I shouldn't be happy. Luna's still alone out there.
There you go, trashing yourself again. All Luna has to do is join us, right? We'd never turn a star child away.
Welcome back, Master Terra. You seem to be enjoying Himiko's company.
You're so creepy sometimes. If you were watching us, you should have said something.
You seemed to be having such a good time with someone in your peer group, so I did not wish to disturb you.
I'm sorry, Terra. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. If Yodaka turns into a rogue AI, that'd be interesting.
Come on. I think we're past the stage where you have to worry about that kind of stuff.
Has your mood improved somewhat?
It has. Even if it's unavoidable, fighting with Luna won't be easy. Himiko is really amazing. Somehow talking to her just makes you feel better. It's strange. You'll probably laugh at me for saying this, but somehow I feel like I can pull this off as long as I'm with her.
Interesting. It sounds as though Himiko has helped you find hope. But the path ahead is fraught with danger, even if she is with you.
I know. But I also have you here to help me.
Aw, that's sweet. We're all a big happy family.
By all means. I will do my utmost to light that path. I will not bring dishonor to the name you gave me, Master Terra. That is my promise to you.
I'll need to lean on you. More than ever before, Yodaka.
What? Fugitive Original 1 sighted. Distance 10,000. All pilots, stand by for deployment. I repeat.
Jeez, we just got here, damn.
Let's go, Yodaka.
Can I save?
I got it! Can't believe it made it this far without stopping. But that's my original one for you.
We caught up to you, Luna.
Herschel-class cruiser detected in front of the original one. It's quite possibly the relayer mothership.
We have to stop it before it gets there.
Terra, wait!
Damn!
Sniper at 2 o'clock.
Oh boy.
Repulsive force detected in the area. This is a relayer dark gear.
They used a decoy to ambush us? Relayers use some pretty cowardly tricks.
Really? Oh no, decoys! Isn't that simple strategy?
So you think I'm a coward, sis? Well, why do you talk like some emo nerd? I could hurl listening to you.
Emo nerd?
Emo refers to a musical style popularized in the 1990s, but can also describe someone who is overly emotional. It is still used today as a general term to indicate an antisocial person who indulges in melodramatic displays of teenage angst.
I already know all that. And I'm not emo.
Such a thing was never meant. Honestly, I suspect you may be projecting.
I hear a guy. I don't know who's in there with you, but you better keep your eyes on the fight.
Oh my god. Oh my fudge. This sounds like something you hear out of a high school comedy.
You won't lay a hand on Terra! Terra, you're too far ahead!
I'm sorry, Himiko.
Ugh. Who's muscling in on my action? So you're here, collaborator. Why are you playing about? Excuse me. I'm a bit busy right now. Could you get lost?
Our mission is to procure that gear. This is no time for games.
Yeah. I'll get it on the ship as soon as I kill my sister.
My lady, I believe I already requested that you do not dally.
Who's this guy? I mean, his voice. He kinda sounds like Vox Akuna. Let's hear that again.
My lady, I believe I already requested that you do not dally.
No. Can we hear it again?
My lady, I believe I already requested that you do not dally.
No.
Dark Knight? What are you doing here?
You are a human, collaborator. It is my duty to monitor you and mete out judgments when necessary. As she said, our objective is singularly to obtain that gear. That takes priority above all else. Should you choose to disregard our objective and stay in that gear, I won't stand in your way. However, collaborator or not, I would be forced to sever your head from your neck with my sword of judgment.
Jeez. Cringe.
Fine. I'm going already.
A wise decision.
You'll hold this lot here for me, right? Kinda need you to do that.
Hold them? Preposterous. We're going to eliminate them.
Oh. Okay. So essentially you'll just be holding them up for me? I'm good to go then. Later.
You can't go yet. We still... Luna, wait!
Halt! I believe we mentioned you'd be dealing with us now. The original one is disengaging.
Luna!
I can't believe she's getting away after all that.
Yes, please. Oh boy. Hi. Jeez. Getting kinda tired. Space around the moon? Alright. Guys, I know this is awkward, but I'm gonna end the video here. I'm getting kinda tired, and thanks for watching us up to this point. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, or even a dislike. We can handle it. Furthermore, hit us up on our main channel, Moonlight Artist, and our third channel, Moonlight Live. And all of our socials will be down in the description under our All My Links page, Flow page, and iLink page. So thank you guys for watching this video and the rest of our content. So see you on the other side of the moon, Moonies. Bye! For the grand finale, we welcome you to our side of the moon. Make sure you subscribe and follow us to see our exquisite artwork, as well as our second channel, Moonlight Gaming. And if you want, don't forget to support us too. I'm Moonlight-kun. I'm Moonliightchan. And we're beyond this world. Bye! For the grand finale, we welcome you to our side of the moon. Make sure you subscribe and follow us to see our exquisite artwork, as well as our second channel, Moonlight Gaming. And if you want, don't forget to support us too. I'm Moonlight-kun. I'm Moonliightchan. And we're beyond this world. Bye!